much stuff that you learn over the years in your sickness, that you don't know that one day this is going to benefit you somehow. You feel me? Because you see how people act, you know, uh, you don't know what you're going to learn from it in the future. By the way, welcome to the Dr. Crip Show. I'm your host, Dr. Crip. And once again, we answering questions. Uh, the question was by Princess Cut 212. She said, I know you got a lot of stories about your homies. Um, um, what's some of the? I know she said I know you got a lot of stories about your homies growing up. Yeah, one of the stories. Well, like I was saying, you learn all this stuff as you growing up. You feel me? Because you're in a sickness. Everybody is in a sickness, and what you take out of this sickness, you know, you hope that you can manage it somehow. You feel me? And that you grow out of it. You feel me? But once you're in your sickness, when you're young like that, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard. Like I said, most people going to end up in prison, going to end up in dead, but you have the people that make it, you feel me? Because they manage their sickness properly. That means that they grew up and they became business owners. They became volunteers, coaches. They learned to give back. You feel me? And they learn to help others. That's just managing your sickness. And in some cases, you know, that's why you got people, homies out there like me, still getting shot at 50 some years old, dying in the streets. You're not supposed to do that. You feel me? That's why put a child on a gang now when he's 15 and he gonna live his whole life in a gang just to die, and probably by the hands of your own homies at the rate it's going now in these generations. You feel me? You'll die quicker by your own homie than you would the enemy. So this is why on the Dr. Crip show we say we're trying to end the sickness. You feel me? But one of the things that come to my mind is that I don't know what I learned from it just yet, but I know that always to be fair. You feel me? And you try to be correct and polite and fair as possible to your homies, so to avoid any miscommunications or whatever from your homies. So this particular case, we got two homies, right? And uh one is Fat Red and one is Rambo. You feel me? So now both of these dudes is my big homies, right? So I don't know their personal business that they got going on. You feel me? But I'm about to find out. You feel me? And it always amazes me how I'm by myself in these situations. You feel me? And I get to see who is what, who doing whatever. That's why it don't pay to be in a gang. It would never pay to be in a gang. Now, both those dudes lived a good life. You feel me? But their friendship came to an end, and I just happened to be in the middle of it. You feel me? Uh, One day, I'm driving down 96, and I see Rambo at the house. You feel me? So he tell me to pull over. I pull over, and I see a construction crew there working on the house and all that stuff. So he pulled me over, and he say, "Hey man, look, I'm glad you're here." He like, "That's the nut, man. I'm glad you're here, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a job for you. You feel me?" Right then and there, he give me like $600, and he give me, first I was turning the job down. You feel me? And then he gave me $600. Now this is rare for Rambo. You feel me? So he gave me $600, and he gave me some clothes. You feel me? The Yes clothing they had, some Carl Kanai, all this other stuff, right? So I'm like, damn, I'm on. So all I got to do is sit there and watch the workers as they, clean the house up. They painting, they doing all this. So I'm like, well, what's up with Boogie, man? What's up with Fat Red? He like, oh man, Red, man, he letting the taxes go on the house, man. This and that, he ain't paying this and that. So I gotta, I was like, well, shit, he has some issues. Now, this, I personally believe this was the cause of the empire for Booger to be coming down. You feel me? Dude from the east side told on him. Basically, got the house raided, and Red had to shake. You feel me? He had to bail a couple of people out of jail. He lost a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So, and he had went on the run. You feel me? So, he hadn't been at the house. So, but what he did to this house is that he completely restored this house. You feel me? I mean, the living room, the front yard, the backyard, the rooms, the bathrooms. You feel me? Because he a baller. He could do it like that. So I'm working for Rambo, I guess, at this time. So I'm sitting here watching the house. You feel me? I guess he fixing it up to do whatever. He's saying that he gonna sell it to the next door neighbor, right? so so I'm sitting here. I should be minding my own business. I should have kept going. I should have never. But I hadn't seen Rambo in such a long time. I wanted to say, "What's up, big homie?" You feel me? So now I'm working and I'm watching the workers in the house. You feel me? Clean the house up. The Mexicans, it's about 6 of them. So they clean in the house. So now, as they clean in the house, Rambo is talking, yeah, nut, woo, man, nigga you can't, man, you still got responsibilities when all that shit take place and all this and that. And I'm like, yeah, well, Booger, man, he sure put a lot in his place, man. Don't that account for something? Yeah, I always assumed that he owned the house, that he bought it from you. You feel me? I'm not in your business. You feel me? So apparently he didn't, because Rambo is here. You feel me? So now, as we sitting there, you feel me? The people's cleaning. He telling them what to do, whatever, and all this and that. And I'm like, so what am I supposed to do? He like, man, I just need you to make sure they doing what they doing. So I'm like, okay, but you here to do that. He like, man, but I might have to run and this and that. And, he going back and forth to the neighbors and, all this stuff. So I'm like, okay, for sure. So I see, as I'm standing there, about 20, 30 minutes go by, I see a white Sentra pull up. And I'm like, man, that look like Red Brother. Right? So, boom, pops out Fat Red. And he is not fat anymore. He is in that size where he's vicious, He's at 240, 50, where he can move it around, right? And he moving and walking fast. So, that we had heard he had this surgery because he was that 400 pounds. So, he had this liposuction surgery by him being on the run. So I was like, damn, this is my first time seeing him in a couple of years or something, right? Since he been on the run. So I'm like, damn, it's Booger. He on the move. Right? So he walk up in the house. He like, Rambo, what's happening, man? Woo, woo. So Rambo like, Booger, what's up, man? He like, man, what's going on? What, why you ain't been answering my calls? You feel me? He like, oh man, I've been busy, Ray. He like, man, I've been trying to get at you, man. What's up with the deal? That I told you about, this and that. So they walking through the house and all this other type of stuff. You feel me? Now I'm standing in the front. I'm standing in the front picture by the front picture window in the living room. I'm standing directly in the whole front picture window. That's my spot. Now they walking through the house talking and, oh yeah, I see you fixing it up, this and that, yeah, and Rambo like, yeah, man, I see what you done with the bathroom. Like, yeah, man, you like, yeah, So he like, man, don't worry about all that money that I spent on it. Like I said, I just need this and that back from you. like I said, you never got back at me. That's what Fat Red tell Rambo. So he like, yeah, man, it's all good, right? He like, man, but the taxes on the house, Red, you almost lose the house, man. You got to pay the taxes, this and that. So Red ain't really trying to hear all that. He just trying to find out, give me my money that, whoop the whoop the whoop. I think he won his money that he initially put down on the house, the 25 to 50,000 and something else. You feel me? And he like, man, all the money, because he spent over $100,000. It looked like painting the house, the backyard, the inside, the kitchen. That's for sure. He put 100 bands in there for sure. So I remember when all the work was going on too. So now Red like, okay, for sure. So he like, man, you got to get the money. He like, man, what about the money for the taxes? He like, Red like, how much is that? He like, man, it's like 5, 6, 7,000, man. So Red said, okay, I'm finna go get the money, right? So now when Red is leaving out the door, he stops at the front door and he turns and he looks at me and he said, "What's up, Mr. Nut?" I said, "What's up, Booger?" And he told me to leave. Just like that. He said, "Man, I've been knowing you since you was a kid." I said, "Yeah." Now I'm shaking a little bit too, right? I'm kind of nervous, right? I said, "Yeah." Uh-huh. He like, "What he got you here watching or something, chilling?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm watching it." He like, "Okay." He said, "Leave. Leave right now." So I said, "Okay." But I never moved because I was still scared. I didn't want to walk by him neither because he might he the way he looking now, he look healthy and you feel me? So he leaves, jump in his back in the Sentra, and he pulls off. So now I'm like, Rambo, man, what's going on, right? He like, oh, nothing, it's nothing, man, Booger, man. You got to understand, man, this and that, you know what I'm saying? You can't just, you got to pay the taxes, and, you got to do this, you got to do that. And I'm like, man, he looked like, I said, man, I ain't really seen him like that in a long time, man. And, I said, man, I think I better leave, man. He told me to leave, right? He said, man, you need to leave, right? So I said, Rambo, I'm out of here. You feel me? Never trust money, especially when it coming from somebody who is not used to giving you money. Rambo go in his pocket and he gives me another $600-700. Then he said you can have all them boxes of clothes over there. So you could go sell that and all that. He said, go take that, put it in the car. Go put all them boxes in your car. So I went and put all the boxes in my car, like 6 or 7 boxes of clothing, right? Brand new stuff. And he just gave me another $600-700. So now I got like $1,300-1,400 in my pocket. He just gave me in one day. And I ain't even been here 2 hours yet, right? So I'm like, man, I don't know. So he like, man, don't worry about it. So I'm back at the same window, same spot in front of the picture window. Now I'm standing here talking to Rambo, and then all of a sudden, it's about 20 minutes past. Here come the Sentra, and this time when it pull up, Red brother Chris, he got a big like. He wasn't looking like that the first time. Now he doing this when he driving. He's shaking. He pulling up and his eyes is big, right? Red jump out with the backpack. And I'm like, oh my God. Now I know the backpack. And it's like good. Oh my God. Is that the backpack with this Uzi with the silencer on the front? Oh, Jesus Christ. Red come in. First person who see me standing at the same damn spot like a deer. And he look at me and he shake his head and he look at me like, I can't believe that this nigga is still standing here. You feel me? And I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I'm just shook up. And his hand is in the backpack. And now I can fully see it. It's a Uzi with this. I'm like, oh, what did I do? Oh Lord, he gonna kill me. So he like, hey, Rambo, come here, I got the money. So Rambo do the 42 fake. He go through the house. Now what Rambo built, the house, he knocked down part of the wall. You know, you got one of them houses where you can see the kitchen. You make a hole from the kitchen so you can see the living room through the picture window and all that. Red created that in the house. It wasn't like that first. He created that in the house. So now, as Rambo going through the house, he like, Red, I'm back here in the bathroom, man. Come on back here in the back. Right. So Red is coming through there and he like, boom. So he like, yeah, come here, man. I got the money. So he leaving. So Red is leaving and Booger is walking, following his voice through the kitchen. But what Rambo did is went through the hallway. When he looked through there, peeped through the kitchen, through the, you know, and could see in the living room that Red had that bag, that backpack. So he was like, man, I'm in the bathroom. So when Red came through the hallway to the bathroom, Rambo ran by me out the door to the next door neighbor house, right? Banging on the door like, hey, let me in, right? So when he ran through there, Red was like, man, where you going, man? Come on, let's count the money. Come on, I got the money. Come count the money. Red ended up by the front door, standing there like telling Rambo, man, come back over here, count the money. And Rambo like, man, what you got in the bag, Red? What you got in the bag? What you got in the bag? I'm like, I'm just sitting there. There's nothing I could do. And then he looked at me. And he looked, and I seen that look before. I've been in the car with that look. And he stare at me. And he say, I thought I told you to leave. And I was like, I damn near started crying. I was like, Red, Rambo paid me some money. He said, I told you to leave. And he flexing that Uzi is out. It ain't even in the bag no more. Got a big silencer. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, man. So he looked at me and he said, leave. Zoom. I was gone. I was gone. I'm out of here. So now I'm driving around the hood. I can't find nobody to tell what's happened, what's going on. This hood is dry. So now Red didn't left, you feel me? So he didn't went, switched cars. He didn't jumped in the van now. Now he in the van. So now he driving around. Boom. So guess what? Guess who see me again? Coming down Manhattan, crossing 94. Red. And he like, pull over. Right? And I'm like, hell no. He said, pull over. Right? So I pulled over, right? He like, come here, right? So I walk up to the van, I park, jump out, and walk up to the van, right? I'm walking up slowly, like, Red, man, I'm sorry, man. He said, get in the car, right? So I get in the car. When I get in the car, I see a chopper, 2 handguns, the Uzi with the silencer, the Bible is open on the dashboard, got a 38 on it. I'm like, dang, you finna go to war? He like, yeah, it's about to be on. You feel me? It's about to be on. So I'm like, man, listen, what is going on? He like, and he break it down. He tell me his side of the story and all that, right? So I'm like, man, that's wicked. You feel me? Like all he needed back from Rambo was the money that he initially gave him and something else, right? Maybe 25, 30,000. So he can keep on doing what he need to do. But I guess Rambo said he was gonna give it to him, but he didn't give it to him. So now Red dropped me back off to my car, right? So I'm driving around the hood again, past John 96. Guess who I see standing on the porch? Rambo. Pull over. So I pull back up. Come here. Can I come in the house? When I come in the house, I see the brothers in there now, right? JR. I see JR. They got a chopper by the window. It's a chopper by the window. It's a Uzi and some handguns. I'm like, they like, hey, you seen Booger JR talking to me now? He like, cause JR don't really want to do all this. You feel me? He like, what's up? I'm like, it's ugly. The van drive by. They don't even know Red didn't got the van. Right? Red drove by. I'm like, I didn't want to say, there you go, right there. So they like, man, he tripping. You feel me? We need to talk this and that. I said, man, I have no idea if he want to talk or not, man. This is serious right now, right? So I'm like, man, I'm out of here. I take off again, driving through the hood. I ain't learned my lesson yet. Guess who I see again? Booger. Pull over. Pull over. You can't make this stuff up. I pull back over. Get back in the van with him. And he like, you refuse to stop going over there, huh? I'm like, man, I'm sorry they pulled me. He said, you go get hurt. You, I'm like, this time he got the gun pointed at me. I'm sorry, bugger. They keep pulling me over. He like, who in there? And I'm like, JR. He like, oh, yeah. He like, oh, I remember me and JR did this long time ago. JR, damn. I'm a hurt. I hate to have to hurt him. I said, he don't seem like he want to hurt you neither. But he said, I said, there's nothing y'all can do to work this out. He said, yeah, go back over there and tell him something, right? And so I went back over there and once I told them what he said, I was like, man, I'm out of here. I said, I need some sex. This is what I need. So I ended up calling some female like, hey, meet me at the motel. I got to get off. Guns been pointed at me all day. I got $1,500 though. We gonna eat. We gonna get some chili cheese fries with pastrami, baby. Come over here. Cause I need a drink and some weed or something. But friendship is very important. And money will ruin that in gangs. This is why your child should never gang bang. Your child should never sell drugs. You want to raise your children not to be involved in situations like this. You feel me? I don't know how that situation turned out, but for them to be at each other like that is not good, man. You feel me? And they both were suffering from GAMD, gang addiction mental disorder, and they both was ballers. So they not gonna so that's even a harder case to treat. But after years and years of experience, I know what to do now. So that's why you go get the book, man. Get the book. It's on Amazon or order it whereyouFromHomie.com. Either way, go get the book, man. Learn this disorder. It might save your life, man. You never know. This is Dr. Crip. We're in the sickness over here. You feel me? In the sickness of gangs, man. This is the Dr. Crip show. Thank you.